Hi, I'm Mark Toole with 8020service.com and marktoole.com, and today's customer service video question of the day is from Quora. The question is, who is your most satisfied customer? Okay, so I'm not going to answer this question specifically for several reasons. First of all, there's no way of possibly knowing the answer to that, which individual customer is the most satisfied. B, that information wouldn't be any good for anyone except for me, and C, that information wouldn't be very useful for me either. Just saying, oh, look, figuring out some kind of mathematical formula, which a lot of businesses like to try to do, and say, these people are the most satisfied, these people are less satisfied, this one guy here, this old man in Idaho or something, he is our most satisfied customer, according to our formula. That's useless. What are you going to do with that? Instead, I'm going to answer this in general terms to make this more useful, to make this applicable to myself, to anyone watching this, and to clear some things up here with this idea of customer satisfaction. People think of customer satisfaction. This is a problem that a lot of businesses have in customer service, in other areas too, but really in all areas, I guess. There's this saying, what gets measured gets managed. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. But I've seen many, many times firsthand how in customer service this turns into a problem. It's you come up with some sort of formula. I talked about this yesterday, some kind of formula to estimate customer service, to approximate customer service or customer satisfaction. Maybe you send out surveys, maybe you do some other things, and then you get this number, and you call that number customer satisfaction. But it's not customer satisfaction. It's a number that you came up with a formula that you think represents customer satisfaction. And the problem with this, the natural tendency of people, is you have this number, you call it customer satisfaction. People start thinking that that is customer satisfaction. Not a representation, a flawed representation of customer satisfaction, but actual customer satisfaction, which it is not. And then depending how it's calculated, to increase customer satisfaction, which we all want to do, they chase the metrics. They look for the easiest metric to change that'll affect that score the most, and you go from there. You get problems from that, depending on how those metrics are defined, of course. So, who is your most satisfied customer? I'm not going to talk about that survey stuff, formulas, metrics, all that stuff. There may be a time and a place for that in some businesses. Not what I'm talking about here today, though. Most satisfied customer is, generally speaking, for most businesses, it is the customer you've never heard from. He's never spoken to you. He's never sent you an email. He's never called. He's never gotten up on the live chat. He's never asked you any questions. You've never heard from him at all. He just buys from you again and again and again, whether that's a subscription renewal, whether that's individual products that he continually purchases. It's that guy. And there were probably a lot of those guys. You don't know he exists until you go into your cart software, your subscription software, and see, oh look, this guy's been paying me every month for the last 4 years with no complaints, with no problems, with no questions, no issues. It can be assumed, very reasonably I would say, that he is a very satisfied customer. Does he maybe have things he would prefer to be different? Maybe. But who cares? Because he's buying it every month, he's continuing to do so, and he's stuck around for the long term. He's proven he is a satisfied customer, as satisfied as you're going to get. Now, figuring out which customer is individually the most satisfied is a waste of time completely. But knowing that the customers who are most satisfied are not the customers who are contacting your customer service with a problem, having the problem fixed, and then they fill out a survey and say, I'm so satisfied that you fixed my problem. They're the people who never had a problem. They're the people who never contacted customer service. They're the people who just continue to buy from you over and over and over again. This is your most satisfied customer, and this is not an interesting answer. This is not a fun answer. This is not a sexy answer. You're not going to send this guy a certificate. Congratulations, sir, you're our most satisfied customer. He probably wouldn't like that. You'd probably be less satisfied if you do that. Hey, why are you sending me all this garbage? Leave it alone. Figure out what those people have in common as best you can, and try to get more people like that. The people who are contacting customer service with complaints, easy questions, simple things they should have seen themselves but they missed, and getting them fixed, and filling out surveys and saying, I'm so satisfied, are A, they're not really the best customer to have because they're going to take your time, they're going to ask those questions, they're going to have those problems and complaints. And B, they're not really, even if they think they're satisfied, they're not as satisfied as this guy. He wouldn't fill out a survey anyways because he's busy and he's got other things to do in his life. But if he did, he'd probably put it somewhere average, especially if you asked him about customer service. He's never talked to customer service. He just subscribes to a thing, receives it every month, enjoys it, benefits from it, and is happy with it, is happy not talking about it. That is your most satisfied customer in most businesses. I'm going to wrap this video up here, but as always, if you like this, hit that like or thumbs up button, whichever platform you're on. Follow, subscribe, all that stuff. I post these on Quora and also on YouTube, so depending where you're watching. If you have a business or customer service question, ask me on Quora, ask me in the comments on YouTube. I may use it in a future video. And, of course, check out the other videos I've done on both of those platforms. I do these fairly often. I also write regularly about business and customer service topics on Quora and on my customer service website, 8020service.com, as well as the general business, life, observations, that sort of things on marktool.com. Check both of those out. Get on the email lists. Lots of updates there. Otherwise, I'll wrap this video up here, and I'll be back soon with another one.